Hi everyone! Today I had the opportunity to analyze a media source called Democrats Are Executioners for Trying to End Dangerous Abortion Restrictions by Bill O'Reilly. So, Bill O'Reilly is a very well-known conservative who speaks on television about popular issues such as legalization of marijuana, abortion, gun control, and many other things. So by stating he is a conservative, that means that he believes in traditional values, such as having a small government with free market and individual liberty, and with a strong national defense. This political view generally aligns with strict religious views also, and having a closed mindset. And on the opposite side of being a conservative is liberal, which is a Democrat who believe in having new ideas in the government and having equal opportunities for everyone, and believing in protecting social liberties. So with concerns to abortion, liberals believe that the woman has the right to decide what happens to her body, and the fetus, since it is not alive yet, has no rights. While on the opposite side, conservatives believe that since there is human DNA found at conception when the sperm meets the egg, the fetus does have the exact same right as the woman, and they should not be murdered or taken out of the woman's body because it is essentially the same thing as murder in the conservatives' mind. The political ideology of this source is conservative, meaning that they believe in the traditional view and that the fetus has the same right as the woman, so it should not be taken out of the woman's body, no matter what circumstance it is. So generally, if we are stereotyping conservatives, they are elderly Caucasian men, and for this case, it does fit with Bill O'Reilly. He is an elderly Caucasian man who is conservative, even though in his video he states that he is independent, meaning that he can decide which argument he believes in more. He is a well-known conservative, and he is generally throughout his video he talks about the conservative bias with abortion. So with that, we know that this source is biased because it generally gives a positive connotation to the idea that the fetus has the same right as the woman, and there is no mention of the liberal point of view, thinking that the woman has the right to do whatever she wants with her body because it is her body, and since the fetus is not alive yet, then she still has control over her body. So in this source, it generally talks about how this new abortion law, making it legal or not, is a stunt in Congress to make women vote more and be more interactive with the government. Throughout the source, they talk mainly about how human DNA is found at conception, so this should come into play, and this should be the main reason why abortion should be illegal. So although this video does give extensive evidence about the Republican side of the argument, it gives no facts about the Democrat. It does not even acknowledge the idea that maybe other people think that, because they are wrong in the eye of Bill O'Reilly's eyes. As well as the lack of democratic opinion, there's no statistics, no quoted research, and no counter arguments. Because of this lack of evidence, the debate is weakened due to the fact that it is extremely biased on the conservative point of view. Bill O'Reilly chose to pick two women from both parties, from the Republican side and the Democratic side, but they have the same point of view about abortion. There isn't two opposing sides. It's not an actual debate because they think the exact same thing about the issue. So they're pretty much just discussing the debate. They aren't debating the issue. As well as this improper debate, I found some logical fallacies throughout the source, the video. So for example, Bill O'Reilly introduces this by showing two Democratic senators and not allowing them to speak, but Bill O'Reilly just speaking for them, saying what they believe. And he introduces them by saying, quote, "Is he an executioner or is this unfair?" So by Bill O'Reilly comparing these senators to an executioner, that is an example of a red herring. So he is using the extensive example of comparing these senators to an executioner as someone who determines when it is okay to kill someone. And some may say that maybe this is true, but it is an extensive complaint or accusation against someone, because these people are not the actual people doing the abortions. They are merely trying to allow women to have the decision for themselves if they want to have an abortion or not. Also, there is a example of slippery slope when Bill O'Reilly is speaking for the Democrats. He specifically says, "We don't care about the human DNA found at conception. We just want abortions as easy to get as possible with no moral consideration attached." This is not specifically said by any senator. Bill O'Reilly decides that this is what he thinks that the senator is portraying when they think that the right is to the woman, not to the fetus at all. So he is stating that he thinks that because this reason, he is escalating the situation more and making these Democrats seem like they have no competence and no values, and that they're just killing people because they have no moral consideration attached to what they think. And finally, Bill O'Reilly actually has a personal attack against the Democrat he is interviewing. He speaks to her in a different manner than he speaks to the Republican. He speaks to the Republican kindly and asks her questions and let her speak as clearly as she wants, says whatever she wants, and he does not interrupt her. But when he is speaking to the Democrat, she is obviously nervous. She is stuttering throughout the video, and he purposely interrupts her multiple times, not letting her say her complete sentence. Even though she's trying to give two sides of the argument, he only lets her speak to the one side. He wants her to only show the conservative side, which she does believe in, but she wanted to make it a true debate and speak both sides, which he does not allow her to say. And he specifically points out in the video that she is a Democrat who believes on this issue with Republican values, and says, well, why don't you just join the Republican Party? This is a personal attack. He is personally attacking her. He is going beyond the barrier of what you should be interviewing during an interview, and it is very wrong. So, from this video, I have learned a little bit about myself. So, my own perspective, I am personally moderate, so I believe both in liberal and conservative sides. I'm more on the liberal side. I am pro-choice. I think that it is the woman's right to decide what she wants to do with her body, and that abortion should be legal, because there are circumstances where it may be necessary. Some people can disagree with me, and I understand where Bill O'Reilly is coming from. He came from traditional values. He believes in strict religious ideals. So everybody has different ideas, and I totally, completely understand that. From this, I would normally probably not notice anything from it. I would just see, there's a Democrat and a Republican speaking, and they have the right to their own opinion, and I'm okay with that. This is not biased. He has two people from both sides. But after analyzing this video, I have seen that it is biased, and he does want the viewers only to see one side of the story. He does not want both sides of this argument to be seen, because he wants his viewers to think what he's thinking, and he doesn't want anybody else to think what they want. So I've learned that you need to be very aware that there are political bias among media, and maybe what everything you read or see isn't true. So this source and this video was very helpful to me, and I will definitely take it into consideration when I am looking at sources later on. Thank you.